So, why do I still collect Pokemon cards as a 28-year-old working adult? To be honest, I don't think I'm just collecting Pokemon cards anymore. I think I'm collecting memories. But to explain that, I guess I have to start from the very beginning. Just like many kids growing up, I was first introduced to Pokemon through the video games. My first Pokemon game was Gen 3 Pokemon Sapphire. Or maybe it was Pokemon Ruby, honestly I can't remember anymore. But that was my introduction to Pokemon. When I found out there were Pokemon cards that you could actually collect, I was immediately hooked. Now growing up in a typical Asian household setting, I wasn't introduced to a real Pokemon cards at first. I was introduced to the bootleg versions of the Pokemon cards. They were everywhere. Wet markets, random candy stores, little toy shops, you could find them almost everywhere. Most importantly, they were affordable. Back then, we were just kids. We didn't care if the cards were real or fake. We just wanted something shiny to collect. So how did I eventually discover the real Pokemon trading card game? My memory might not be 100% accurate, but from what I remember, it was through one of my brother's friends. He was a huge Pokemon card collector as well. We traded cards all the time, and he was the one who taught us the difference between real and fake cards. He showed us the card quality, the print, the texture, and explained why genuine cards were different. That's when I started collecting real Pokemon cards. The problem was, they were pretty expensive. Back then, somewhere around the EX era, if I remember correctly, a booster pack could cost almost around 10 ringgit to 15 ringgit. At the time, that already felt expensive. Fast forward today, a single modern booster pack can cost anywhere between 30 ringgit or even higher than 80 ringgit. Inflation. Eventually, my brother and I managed to build up a full binder of genuine Pokemon cards. So, what happened to that collection? Just like many collectors, my cards were thrown away by my dad. Although to be fair to him, he actually offered to buy the whole binder from us before getting rid of it. And because I was young, I sold everything for just 50 ringgit. Yes, young Jordan wasn't the brightest, but to be fair, 50 ringgit felt like a lot of money back then. After that, I stopped collecting Pokemon cards completely for years. Until, you guessed it, Scarlet and Violet 151. A close friend from college introduced the set to me. That set had everything. The original 151 Pokemon, beautiful artwork, and it was my first time seeing full illustration cards. I was instantly hooked again. Although before 151, I actually received a Pokemon Go Pikachu promo pack after watching the Pokemon Go movie in the cinemas. Looking back, that was probably the little spark that made me interested in collecting again. At first, it was purely nostalgia. I didn't even know Pokemon cards had value. I didn't know people were buying, selling, or trading them actively. That was when I discovered the local Pokemon marketplace community through Facebook groups. That's when I realized some of the cards I bought were actually more than what I had paid for, or at the very least I could actually break even. Around the same time, I was really into the whole side hustle mindset and culture. Without even realizing it, I slowly mixed my love for collecting with trying to make a little extra income. And because I wasn't earning much at the time, I really needed that extra money to support the hobby. When I noticed that some of my card collection could sell for 2 or even 3 times for what I paid for, I decided to start my own Pokemon vendor booth, Afro Pika TCG, at the local Himbas market in Penang. And honestly, that decision changed everything. Through the booth, I've met so many amazing people, collectors, regular customers who eventually became friends, business owners, and even my own boss who became regular customers, and even close friends who even volunteered to help me run the booth. As I sold more cards, my personal binder slowly became emptier. Instead of feeling sad about it, I came up with a different idea. Instead of a binder full of valuable Pokemon cards, I decided to create a memory binder. Whenever someone gifted me a card, I will ask them to sign it before placing it into my binder. Every card became a reminder of someone I met or a memory I made throughout this journey. So, why do I still collect Pokemon cards? At first, it was nostalgia. Then, it became a side hustle. But today, it's something completely different. It's a reason to meet new people, to make new friends, to create memories that I'll probably remember for the rest of my life. Maybe nobody else will understand why these cards matter to me. Maybe my collection won't be worth much financially. Maybe nobody else will understand why these cards matter to me. But that's okay, because one day when I look back through that memory binder, I hope a younger version of myself will smile and say, "Jordan, I'm proud of what we have become." And I think that's worth collecting. So that's why I collect Pokemon cards as a 28-year-old working adult. Thank you.